Good afternoon, my dear students. How are you guys? I hope you're doing well and everything is okay. Today, inshallah, we have final revision for pre-calculus. The first question, find the following information for each vector. If not provided in the question, graph component for linear combination, magnitude, and direction angle. So, I will start first here, guys, to find the vector RS. Vector RS is equal to, yes, it's given R is 3 and 8, and this is 5 and -6. So we can find here the vector RS. We have here x1 and y1 and x2 and y2, and we can find it as x2 minus x1, and then I minus y2 minus y1, and then j. So it's here 5 minus 3, which is 2i, minus -6, -8, which is -14j. And then we can write it now as it's what, 2 and -14. Okay, to find the magnitude here of this vector RS equal to the square root of, yes, 2 squared, which is 4, plus -14 all squared. So we can write here this -4, we can write it as 2 squared, to be clear for you. So it's equal to 10 root 2. Now, we would like also to find the angle. So 10 theta is equal to B over A, which is -14 over 2. And then theta is equal to the tan inverse of -14 over 2. Yes, -14 over 2. And then we can find the answer. Okay, which is here clear that your answer is D. So your answer is what? D. Next question. Also, it's given here, guys. N is equal to -18 and -24 is another vector. And also the same thing, we would like to find the magnitude and we would like to graph if it's not graphed. Yes. So let's write first here this vector as yes, it's a -18 I, -18 I minus 24 j. It's a -18 I minus 24 j. Okay, we can find easily now the magnitude of this vector n. Yes, which is equal to the square root of -18 all squared plus -24 all squared, and this all is equal to what? 30. Yes, it's equal to 30. So the only answer here that including 30 is letter D. So your answer is what? Is D. Next question. It's given A is 6 and 4, and B is -3 and -7. C is -10 and -9. D is -6 and -8. Find 5 AB plus 4 CD. So how to find first AB? Then multiply the answer by 5. So let's find first AB. To find the AB is equal to, yes, A times B. Yes, what's the vector AB first? Yes, -3 minus 6. Subtract like this, -3 minus 6, which is -9 I. Okay, and then -7 minus 4, which is -11 j. Okay, and then multiply the answer by 5. So 5ab is equal to negative 45i minus 55 what? 55j. Yes. To find now CD, vector CD, same thing. Negative 6 minus 10. Okay, and next the negative 8, negative 9. And then multiply the answer by 4. So it's 4i plus j. And then multiply the answer by 4. CD is equal to 16i plus 4j. The question is asking us here, guys, to find, yes, 5ab plus 4cd is equal to, we will subtract them together. So we have okay, guys, let's continue here. 5ab plus 4cd. 5ab plus 4cd is equal to, we will add here, yes, negative 45 and 16, and we will add negative 55 and 4. So it's a negative 29i and negative 55 plus 4, which is negative 51j. Okay, we can write it again as negative 29 and negative 51 as well. So it's clear here that it's a C. Next question, the same. We have negative 4ab plus 7cd plus 7cd. So same thing, I will leave this one for you to practice. Let's move on to the next idea, which is for each matrix, state if an inverse exists. So we have to what, guys? Use this formula, which is 1 over a d minus bc, and then we should what? Flip the positions here and change the signs of the other what? Change the signs of the other elements. So how to find AD minus BC? If you remember, guys, we just here cross each other, cross multiplication like it. So 1 times negative 4 is negative 4, and then minus 4. So this is equal to 1 over negative 4 plus 4, which is 0. Okay. So 0 times anything is gonna give us an undefined, so it doesn't have an inverse. Next one, same thing. If we do it as 1 over and make like this, yes, 1 over 10 times 0, 0 minus 9, which is plus 9, and then you can flip here 0 here and here 10, and the change the sign of the negative line becomes positive 9, and the 1 becomes a negative 1, and then your answer is 1 over 9 multiplied by 0, 9, negative 1, and 10. This is the way how to find an inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. 2 by 2 what? Matrix. Okay. So here we can say yes, it has an inverse. Yes, it has an inverse. And here, no, it does not have an inverse. Secondly, guys, you have to multiply this 1 over 4 by all elements inside. Okay, and then find the answer. Next, find the inverse of each matrix. Yes, here we are. How to find it, guys? It's so easy. Yes, we can write it as 1 over and make cross multiplication like this, scissor. Negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10, minus negative 2, minus here 2, sorry. And then change the positions of A and D. So the negative 5 comes here and the negative 2 here, and change the signs of 1 and 2. So it's a negative 1 and here negative 2. Okay, so we have equal to 1 over 8, 1 over 8. So either A or C, and then find what? Negative 5 and here negative 1, negative 2, negative 2. Yeah, so it's clear here that it's a. Okay, the other one, it's a practice. You can practice here, this one. Okay, but it's clear that there is no what inverse exists, because when you multiply here 4 by 0 and 4 by 0 gonna give us 1 over 0 minus 0, so it doesn't have here an inverse. Yeah, the next question, how to find the determinant. And as you see, guys, we will start firstly by plotting the signs. We can plot the signs here as plus, minus, and plus. Okay, and start here by writing what, guys? 1, and make a small dot, and hide the row and the column that include this 1. Hide the row and the column that include this 1, and then pick here the other elements, 2, -1, 5, and the -2, and then here minus 5, and make another dot here, consists of, when we hide the row and the column, consists of -2, -4, and the 5, and the -2, and then finally plus 0, and the dot, no need to write it because 0 times anything gonna give us 0, so we will cancel the row and the row and the column that including this 0. We still have -2, -4, 2, and -1. This all gonna give us 0. We evaluate here, so we have 1, and do the same thing here as we did in the previous question. 2 times -2, which is -4, and multiply -1 by 5 gives a -5, and there is negative, so it becomes 5, and then here -5, and also by cross multiplication, so we have -2 by -2, which is 4. Okay, and then minus, and then -20. You can write it like this, or you can evaluate directly. Equal. We have -4 plus 5, which is 1, and we have here 4 plus 20, which is 24. 24 times what? 5. -5 times 24, which is -120. 120, and then the final answer would be is what? Is 1 minus 120 -119, which is letter D. So the answer here is D. Let's move on to the next question. Yes, the x equal t and the y equals -t squared over 6, and it is between -6 and 6. And we would like here to graph. Like here to what? To graph. So to graph such questions, yes, we have to make table. So let's make table of values like this. We put here the t, and the values is given from -6 up to what? Up to 6. So -6, -5, -4, -3, like this, -2, -1, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. We will not do this all. We can do some of them and pick the correct answer directly. Okay, so for the first one, we'll write here x, and we'll write here the y. Here's the y, and then the final column is for the ordered pair you're gonna plot, which is x and y. So as you know that x is equal to t, and the y here is equal to what? This y is equal to -t squared over 6. So when we substitute first by -6, we have to some rows like this. Yeah, we'll take some positive values, and then okay. So let's take here. So it's a -6 here, and -36 over 6, which is -6. So the point we have here -6 and the -6. Okay, when we substitute by -5 gives -5, gives -4, gives -3, gives -2, negative 1, 1, 2, and so on. Okay, but for y, when it's negative and then negative 25 over 6. Okay, yes, and it will be decimal and so on. So we can find only the number that can be divisible by 6, like 4, no, 1, no, be decimal, decimal. The last one here, it's 6, and it's 36 over negative 36 over 6. Okay, so the point here, it's the same, which is 6, but different in signs only. So it will be here the point. I will write the point here, which is what, 6 and the negative 6. 6 and negative 6. So when we pick here, when we have negative 6 and negative 6, negative 6 and the negative 6, it's here. And you have 6 and the negative 6 here. And the direction is moving like this. So your answer is A. Your answer is A. Okay, for the next question, also parametric equations. X equal 4 sec t plus 2 and y equals 3, 10 t plus 1. We're gonna isolate here each sec and each 10. From the first question, from the first equation here, which is x equal 4 sec t plus 2, we can write here sec t alone on one side by isolating it, by taking the 2 to the other side and then dividing by 4. We can do the same thing with the second equation also and isolate the 10t. 10t equals y minus 1, and this all over what? 3. And then we can square both of them. We will square, so it will be 6 squared and 10 squared t. Okay, and then add them up. When we add them up here, okay, yeah, we know that 10 squared theta plus 1 is equal to 6 squared. And we know that 10 squared theta plus 1 is equal to 6 squared theta. This is the Pythagorean identity we know about 10 squared and 6 squared. So we can finally write it as 10 squared theta minus 10 squared theta minus 6 squared theta is equal to what? No, let's write it as, I don't need it as negative 1, I need it as 1. So I need one side to be 1. So we will write it as 6 squared theta minus 10 squared theta is equal to 1. Yeah, that's correct. 6 squared theta from up here is x minus 2 all over 4 all squared minus the 10 squared, which is y minus 1 over 3 all squared is equal to 1. And it's an equation, an equation of what? Hyperbola. Hyperbola, it has a center of what? What's the center? The center is h and k. The center is what and what here? Yeah, 2 and 1. Okay, and when we square here, pay attention please, when we square the 4, this can be as, let's modify here the equation, write it in another form here as x minus 1 all squared over squaring the 4 is 16 minus y minus 1 all squared, and this all over what? 9 is equal to 1. So you will see that 16 and 9, the length here 16. So the center is what? 2 and 1. The center is 2 and 1. So I think here it's 2 and 1. It's not this one. It's not here. It's not here. So simply it's B. Okay. Nice. Next question. X equal negative y squared minus 4y minus 10. It's the equation of what, guys? Of parabola. Yeah. So we have to write first x equal. Yes, we have to write as what? Y squared here. Yani the squaring is on the y. So we have to follow this way, which is 1 of this form, y minus k all squared is equal to 4p into x minus h. So yes. So the only thing we have to do is to take the 10 to the other side with the x. So we have x plus 10 is equal to negative y squared minus 4y. Okay. And then to make it twice here as can complete the square, we have to complete the square. Listen, we have to complete the square, so we have to add p over 2 all squared. So what is p over 2 all squared here? P over 2 all squared is negative 4 over 2 all squared, which is equal to negative 2 squared, which is 4. So I have to add 4 to both sides. So x plus 10 plus 4 is equal to negative y squared, negative 4y, and then what? Yes, and we can make it here negative. It's better. And make all this here positive. So positive 4y plus 4. Yeah, I multiplied up here by negative 1 both sides. Okay, so we can write here x plus. So this one is negative x. Okay, negative x negative 10. Negative x negative 10 plus 4. So it's a negative x plus 6. And here we have y plus 2 all squared. Y plus 2 all squared. There's no negative here. Yes. So what's 4p, guys? The 4p, as you see, you can swap the equation. Y plus 2 all squared is equal to negative, and it's x instead of minus 6 here, because negative 10 plus 4 is negative 6. We can write it x plus 6. And the 4p, the key of the solution is negative 1. So the p is equal to negative 1 over 4. The p is what? Negative 1 over 4. Yes, the p is negative 1 over 4. And then finally, we can pick here the answer. Okay. 1 minute, please. Okay, so here the graph should be, yes. So here the graph is what here, as you see, guys, the center is negative 6 and negative 2, which is here negative 6 and negative 2. And the directrix here, which is 1 over 4, equal, it's x equal 1 over 4. Yes, so the graph here, the answer يعني will be letter B. Where is the focus, guys? The focus. We are searching for the focus. The focus here. This is the center, which is 6 and no, yeah, it's not here. No, no, it's negative 6 and the negative 2, not positive 2, so it's B. Yeah, next question. It's given x equal y plus 2 all squared minus 1. So we can simply here write it as y plus 2 all squared is equal to x plus 1. And the center, أو بنسميه the vertex here in the parabola, the vertex is at what? Negative 1 and negative 2. Okay, so what's 4p? The 4p equal, yes, the 4p is always, guys, before the, see here, before the x plus the x minus h. So the 4p is equal to 1, and simply here the p is equal to 1 over 4. The p is equal to 1 over 4. The center is negative 1, negative 2. Not here, not here, not here. Maybe A or C. Yes, but it opens to what? Because p is greater than 0, so it opens right. Yeah, it opens right because p is greater, so it's A. Next question, use the information provided to answer the كده. طيب, it's minus 1 all squared over 16 وكده. طب this equation is a hyperbola, so what's the center is what at 1 and the negative 3. The center is at 1 and negative 3. The A is equal to 4 and the P is equal to what? 2. Yes, so the positive sign here with the X, and yes, so when it positive with X, so opens what and what here? Opens up and down. Okay, opens up or down. And the center is at what? 1 and negative 3. So 1 and negative 3, 1 and negative 3, it's not here. It's not here. So either B or D. So 1 and negative 3 here, 1 and negative 3 here. Up or down or right or left. Simply it opens what here? Yes, up, right and left. Right and left. Okay. Yes, next question. It's given the vertices and the endpoints of conjugate axis, or we limit. The conjugate axis, the axis that connecting the two what? Yes, so it's given here the conjugate axis, the endpoints of the conjugate axis. So we can simply find the distance between 1, 7 and 1 and -5, or all of them are negative, guys, so it's a hyperbola. And okay, so here we can solve quickly, guys, by plotting here the 1 and 7 first. There is 1 and 7 at this point, and plot 1 and -5. Okay, 1 and -5. So because here V1 and here V2, so you will find that this hyperbola is connected vertically, so it's up and down. So we can quickly say that the answer is either A or B, because opens up and down, the Y should be positive. Yes. Yes. Halfway between V1 and V2 gonna give us the center. So we find the midpoint between the two vertices. So we add up 1 plus 1 over 2 and 7 plus the -5, and this all over 2, which is 2 over 2, which is 1, and 7 minus 2, which is 7 minus 5, which is 2 over 2, which is 1. So the center will be at 1 and 1, the center which is halfway between. So still also confused about A and B. So yes, what's the A and what's the B? A squared and B squared. The distance here, guys, is what units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 units. And also here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 units. So since it's 6 units in both of them, yes, we can say that the A squared should be below the Y, which is here B. So A is equal to 6 and B is equal to, if we plot here, guys, the 11 and 1, and we plot -9 and 1. Here the distance, this distance is the distance of the conjugate axis. And we can draw our framework, guys. Do you remember here? The rectangle. Yes. Draw the rectangle like this. Okay, passes through the vertices and the two vertices. Okay, like this, dashed because it's not a part of the graph. And then draw your what? Asymptotes. Asymptote passes through the center and passes through the corners of the rectangle. Passes through the center like this. And then from you can draw your what? Branches of your parabolas that represent this hyperbola. So the B here is how many units from 1 to 11, which is 10. So the A squared is equal to 36 and the B squared is equal to 100. To move on to, guys, state each scenario here. State each scenario involves a permutation or a combination. Okay, state if each scenario here, permutation or combination, and find the number of what possibilities. Yes, the first one, Uni and Trine are planning trips to 3 countries this year. There are 11 countries they would like to visit. One trip would be 1 week long, another 2 days, and the other is 2 weeks. So simply here it's what? Permutation. Okay, because yeah, and in all it's what? 11 countries. There are 11 countries to choose P what here? P3. We will visit 3 of them. So we can use calculator and find the answer, which is 90. Next question, a group of 50 people are going to run a race. The top 3 runners earn gold, silver, and bronze, so it's permutation. So we have 50 in all people, and 3 of them gonna win, and you can find your answer using calculator, which is P, 117,600. Okay, next question. You are setting the combination on a 5-digit lock. You want to use the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but don't care what order. So it's combination, because he said You don't care about the order, so it's combination. The combination is so easy. But you are setting the combination of the 5 digits. You want to use the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't care what order they are in. You don't care the order of numbers they are in. So you can write it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can write them as 2, 1, 3, 4, 5. You can write them as 3, 2, 5, 4, like this. So we can find it as in factorial or 5 factorial, which is 5 times 4 times 3, 2 times 1. So it's a permutation. Yes, permutation. 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Yes, so we have okay, 120. So the answer is A. It's 120. Permutation. Selecting which 10 players will be in the batting order on a 12. So it's here any 12 of 10, any 10 of 12 persons. So it's 12 C10, and you can write here combination. What's the answer? It's D. 66. Okay. Okay, next. TVWX taken 2 at a time. Taken 2 at a time, so it's permutation, or you can do it by using what? You can use here 4P2, and you can find in the calculator, or 4 ways to choose the first letter and then 3. Okay, yeah, so they are 12, and you can use the calculator to find it. So 12, which one here has 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, so it's a C. Also here, taken 2 at a time, and they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's 5P2, and we can find it easily by using the calculator, or it's what, like 5 factorial over 5 minus 2 factorial, so it's equal to 5 factorial over 3 factorial, so it's equal to 5 times 4 times 3 factorial over 3 factorial, which is equal to 5 times 4, which is 20. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's B. Okay, the last. Find the number of unique permutations of the letters in each word. Yes, dividend. The word dividend. So you will find it all here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 factorial over the repeated numbers. The repeated numbers, you will find we have D is repeated 3 times. So they are 3 factorial times. Also, I think the I. Yeah. The I here is repeated 1, 2, twice. So 2 factorial. Okay, if you have it any repeated, no. So we can't find it by using the calculator. And find it by using your calculator. Type geology. Geology, we have to say first, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 factorial, and this all over what? The repeated numbers, we have G is repeated twice, so it's 2 factorial times. Times what? The O here is twice times 2 factorial. Okay. And find the answer. The answer will be C. Okay, and also the answer here will be B. Yeah, find the number of possible outcomes in the sample space. The PEM must decide when to meet for a practice. The possible days are Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. The possible times are 3, 4, or 5 p.m. So we would like here to find, yes. Decide when to meet for practice. The possible days are 3 days we have. So 3, 4, or 5. Yes, so 1, 3, 4, or 5. So yeah. 1 minute, please. So guys, here we can directly say that we have 3 possible days: Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we have 3 possible days. and times here 3 possible times, which is 3, 4, or 5. So 3 by 3 for the time, the hour, which is 9. And simply your answer is B. Okay, next question. You flip a coin twice. We would like to find the number of possible outcomes here. Because you flip it twice, in the first time, yes, the first time we can get head or tail. The second time you can get head or tail, and here head or tail, you can draw factor 3. And then state your answer quickly. So the sample space, guys, gonna include here HH and the HT and the TH and the TT. So how many possible outcomes in the sample space? 1, 2, 3, 4. So your answer is 4. Okay, and also you can do it as 2 by 2, which is 4, because in the first flip you will flip to and you will get 2 outcomes, and then the second time you will get what? Second time, برضو you're gonna get either head or tail, and here either head or tail, so 2 by 2 is 4. Soccer player takes 5 penalty kicks in a game. Each attempt results in a goal or a miss. In a goal or a miss. So he said what? 5 kicks here, each attempt single go or 5 by 2, yani 2 choices, either go or miss. So 5 by 2 gonna give us what? 10. Okay, 5 penalty kicks in game, each attempt results in a goal. No. 5. Yes. Yeah. 5, not 5 times 2, like this, gonna give us 10. No, not correct, because each time here we have 5 times, and the first time he has what? 2 choices. The second penalty kicks, he has either miss or goal, and so on. The third, the fourth, and the fifth also times 2 times 2, so we can write as 2 to the power of 5. 2 to the power of 5, I think it's a 32, yes. 32, so your answer here is 32. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope you study well and get the full mark. And I'm happy, guys, to work with you this year. Thank you, and see you inshallah in the next year with calculus in grade 12. And goodbye. Assalamu alaikum.